Hattori-san.
Hmm? Oh, I didn't notice you there, Yagami-san.
Don't tell me you're using a phone camera to take pictures for your article.
Resolution on these things is plenty high nowadays. You have a problem?
Not really, no. Just didn't know sensationalist food columns were a thing.
I only report on things that interest me. That's my professional philosophy.
Well, is it gonna take a while? I'm here to talk.
Don't worry, I'll be done soon.
This guy.
All right, I'm done. Thanks for stopping by, Yagami-san. Kinda strange sharing a bowl of ramen with you. I thought the day would never come.
Can you not?
Relax, Yagami-san.
Are you still working for Kajihira?
I'm not sure I'd go that far. He just calls me in for favors every now and again. Helps to be on good terms with the guy. For my job, you know?
Uh-huh.
It'd be nice to be close with you, too, Yagami-san. I heard you were the one who discovered Shintani-sensei's corpse, after all.
I'm here to talk 89. If that's not what this is about, I'm not sticking around.
All right. But you'll owe me for this.
This is why I didn't want to talk to him.
Generally, drug development starts with the discovery of a compound that can treat a given disease. That compound becomes the candidate for a drug. They then test its effects on animals, after which the drug heads to clinical trials. Which is a nicer way of saying human experimentation, by the way. As for the process, it can take years, sometimes even longer, to ensure a drug is truly safe for public consumption.
Yeah, it's tough, I get it.
Before now, Alzheimer's drugs have only been able to slow the progress of the disease. None can cure it completely. But Director Kito's 89 proved remarkably effective at doing just that when tested on mice. If it can work on humans as well, maybe we can finally kiss Alzheimer's goodbye. At least, that's what the paper they published a year ago claimed.
Interesting.
Yagami-san.
Hmm?
In this country, 1 in 4 people over the age of 80 is affected by dementia. That means for a couple in their 50s, there's a good chance that one of their parents has it. And the odds that one member of that couple will develop it themselves is 50-50. No matter how you look at it, dementia is an inescapable issue. If I ever experience symptoms myself, I'd go to the doctor straight away. In some cases, they can slow the progress enough that you can even keep working. I guess my point is, dementia is not something to fear. It's a possibility to prepare for. Our biggest enemy is ignorance and apathy. Kinda reminds me of someone.
Yeah, if you say so.
Good. I'd like to give you a rundown of what exactly Alzheimer's is then. You interested?
You would do it even if I said no, right?
Well, you're gonna, even if I say no, right?
You bet I would. Now let's begin. Out of all the diseases that can cause dementia, Alzheimer's accounts for roughly 70% of cases. It's believed to be brought about by buildup of a protein called amyloid beta in the brain. When that happens, nerve cells start dying off and the brain begins to atrophy.
So to put this in layman's terms, waste buildup kind of shrinks the brain.
That's one way to put it, yes. But even that is just a theory at this point. There's still much to learn about Alzheimer's.
And when your brain shrinks?
Your memory is impaired. Let me explain. There are 3 processes involved in memory: encoding, storage, and retrieval. Alzheimer's impairs the first step, encoding, This makes it near impossible to remember new things. I'll give you an example that stuck with me. When doctors asked a dementia patient the date, they had no problem producing the correct answer. But when asked the year, the patient said 1952. Their mind was stuck decades in the past. You see, dementia not only inhibits new memories, but jumbles the ones you already have as well.
Once more from the top. I think I get it.
I think I understand.
Good.
So how exactly does 89 cure Alzheimer's?
According to their research, when they injected 89 into the test mice, it brought about a process known as autophagy.
Which is what?
It's a Greek word that means self-devouring. That's what your body starts to do to its own proteins. In other words, all the amyloid beta built up in the mice's brains began to instantly break down.
Instantly?
Yes, and once it was all gone, their Alzheimer's stopped progressing entirely. The most shocking thing is that even brain cells which had lost function were able to recover. As one researcher put it, it's as though the brain turns on a backup generator. If they can bring about similar effects in humans...
They'll have a cure for Alzheimer's.
That's right. There are millions of patients worldwide, and that number is growing steadily every day. If they actually complete this drug, it could truly change the world as we know it. It's nothing short of a dream drug for both buyers and sellers.
I see. If that's true, it would really be a dream drug, but...
If you ask me, it sounds too good to be true.
Excuse me?
I mean, the vice director of the ADDC suspected something fishy was going on with it. But when he started digging around, someone offed him to keep their secret safe. Made it look like a brawl so nobody'd get suspicious.
What kind of secret are we talking?
Like the drug's effects being falsified.
No, there's no chance of that.
Huh? How do you know?
Since the announcement of 89, countless animal tests have proven successful. It's no fabrication. One test after another, they've proven its viability.
And you're sure?
Yes. I'm of the mind they should push forward faster, even if the paper was a little rough around the edges. After all, dementia drugs are being developed all around the world. It would be a shame if someone beat them to the punch, both for the ADDC and for Japan. Kido-san is far too cautious. This is no time to be testing on animals. They need to move to clinical trials and get this thing out.
By which you mean...
Experimenting on humans.
human experimentation. Wait.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. Just... Are you absolutely sure there's nothing off about 89?
I guess there is an interesting detail I noticed.
Hmm?
Kido-san is listed as the sole author of the 89 research. But in truth, he only put his name on the paper to lend it credibility. The key researcher was someone else entirely. A guy you know too, man by the name of Shono.
So the one I want... It's Shono, huh? So you're saying... Shono's the creator of 89?
Seems so. The paper would never have gained such worldwide traction without Kido-san, though. They needed a leading expert to rubber stamp the research and make it seem more official. That kind of thing is pretty common, though. Not really a cause for concern.
Interesting.
Shono. What's your role in all of this?
Alright, there's a side quest in this next alley. Might as well go there. It's her again. Is she okay? Okay. What's wrong, Amane-san? You okay? I'm not the one who requires your aid. Let's go after a great calamity. Whoa, whoa. You sure you're okay?
Hey.
Can you try to walk me through what happened? I witnessed great calamity on passerby, but when I warned him, he lashed out at me. He told me I was annoyingly persistent. Persistent? Why would he say that? Because I foresaw the future about Marco as well. Calamity of fire. When I saw him again earlier, I couldn't help but notice how alarming large of aura of his calamity had become. The calamity's aura can change size. Never seen anything like it, to be frank. So I warned him again, and that's when he attacked you, huh? From his perspective, you probably seem like a scammer or something. Regardless, calamity of the magnitude, I cannot even imagine how havoc it may wreak.
It's fate.
As a calamity of fire, it could have horrifying consequences. In other words, she needs me to look into this guy. Should I accept? Help the poor girl out. Let me guess, you want to tell him and prevent the calamity?
Very well.
Yes, I require his services now than ever. Will you or usually 15,000 instances? Yeah, that's fine. Anything you tell me to help identify the guy? He was a plump man with a short black hair, was wearing embroidered stadium jacket and a large backpack. I know that his name is Hiyama-sama. After he hit me, he headed towards Showa Street.
I'm on it.
Right, I'll go look for him. Right. Just keep going. Oh, I wanted to go down. Okay. Can do that. Alright, gotta find this guy. He had a backpack, this guy has a backpack. That's him! Calamity of fire this time, huh? Recall. Know how to expect here. Alright, let's tail him. Let's tail him. Finally gonna turn around, thank god. Nothing to hide behind here. Kinda annoying actually. But that's fine. Okay, I can go, move to the next part, which should be this side. Going somewhere. Really? Could sneak in or just go a different direction. Come on! Okay, quickly. Really? It doesn't stop? Annoying. Go! Is stuck? let's go. Thing is glitched. I need to go from a different side. Can I get there somehow? I could go from this side, actually. Oh, there's no way. Tell me it's still there. No. Play, 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6. This is bad. Oh, come on.
What did I do wrong?
Just had to glitch, right? Alright. I really gotta repeat this whole section. That's annoying. If I could at least open my map, but I can't. That's kinda annoying. Gonna turn around here, so I'm gonna stand out of his view. Okay, he didn't turn around this time. This whole thing is just random. Well, it's gonna go here now, into this. I'm just gonna watch from the sidelines. Okay, turn around. Let's go. Okay, this should work. Crawl faster, crawl faster. What's he doing here?
Hmm?
What happened? Is he looking for something? Keeps going. Wow, seriously? They put this fire out. That was close. Would it calmate the fire? Oh, I forgot. Where did he go? To catch up. Oh, no! The other way. Come on. Okay, apparently I saw him. Oh, this game. Just kidding me. Please, go normally. Oh, it's just, this game just doesn't let me. Okay, I can try to do this. Oh, this worked. Good. We can all guard for a second. Can you walk? Nice. Like it didn't let me to turn left, it just jumped every time. Didn't do anything about it. Alright. Let's keep going. A yakiniku place. Please don't get roasted. Alright, just leave the place. I was going the same way as the last guy before. Never mind, he's going on the road. But gonna be turning now. Well, I'm gonna wait for a sec. I can move to this place. Keep going. He's going for a sushi. Oh. What's he going for? Just turning right. To the dead end. Okay. So I need to follow him. Little Asia, it's under construction. What business do you have going here? In Little Asia I should be able to get the cat. Maybe I can see it. What are you doing? This area burns so well. Is that gasoline I smell? Hey, what are you doing? What do you want? I'm trying to start something here, so stay out of my way, would you? Arson, eh? You're not the victim of the fire calamity. You are the catalyst. Did our fortune teller send you here? She freaked me out. I thought that she was onto me. Yeah, and it's thanks to her that I can prevent you from doing this. You aren't preventing shit. I'll be next to turn Kamurocho in a sea of flames. And Little Asia will be a beacon that signals the coming storm. Dude, you're nuts. How would you shut up and let me kick your ass? Who knows, maybe we'll knock some sense into you. Oh, fine. Then your body can be kindling. I've always wanted to watch someone go up in flames.
You don't give up, do you?
You don't give up, do you? Well, if you like flames so much... There we go. I'm gonna burn you. Ouch. This is what happens when you go on flames. She was trying the money yet again. I'm starting to wonder if maybe I shouldn't be doubting her. Thank you for calling us. That guy's wanted arsonist. Can't let Little Asia go up in flames ever again. It would be a huge disaster. Yeah. Just glad it didn't come to that. That said, I'm surprised you found him here. This area is pretty shut off. Well, he seemed pretty suspicious, so I followed him here. Cool.
Yagami-san.
Yagami-san, thank you. You managed to prevent a major disaster in this city. I guess didn't expect the guy to be perpetrator, though. Just babbling about turning Kamurocho in Sea of Flames. My car was able to save lives today, and there is little more I can ask for, except... Yagami-san, how do you feel about forming a partnership? What? A partnership? For the calamities, and you minimize the damage. I think we've proven that we are an effective team. Tempting, but I think the current arrangement is working out just fine. Besides, you know how stressed I would be hanging out with Prophet all the time? Very well, I can say I'm not disappointed, but I do understand. Here, your payment. Perhaps something longer term may be in your future yet. Thanks again. Alright. What's the next thing I can do? Let's go to this restaurant, since I don't have full HP, right? Yeah, I can eat one food. So maybe that will allow me to befriend another person. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Can I take your order? Let's get the most expensive thing on the menu, which is... No, I want tonkatsu ramen. Kyushu, the standard one. Itakashimasu. Arigato. Alright, thank you very much. Come back again. Compliments to the chef. Why, thank you. Seriously, your chassu was incredible. Oh yeah, glad to hear it. A lot of people compliment our ramen, but to be honest, not too many people mention our chassu. Huh, wonder why. The strangest thing, we put just as much effort into our chassu as we do to our ramen. Probably why it tastes so good. Ah, then I'll let you in on a secret. We do add a special little ingredient that you probably wouldn't expect. Oh, and what would that be? Take a wild guess. Can I get a hint? Alright then, let's see. Normally you would add sugar to sweeten up chassu, but there we use something else. What do you think that could be? Substitute for sugar, huh? Honey? Aha! You must have quite a refined palate to figure that one out. With the right amount of honey, you can make nearly any cut of meat drip with sweet, tender goodness. I see. Now that you mention it, the chassu was dripping with sweet, tender goodness. Ah, indeed. Say, what's your name?
This is Yagami.
I'm Yagami. It's nice to meet you. Yagami-san, huh? Pleasure's all mine. Hope you see you around more often. You bet. See you next time. Nice. Friendship started with these guys. Now I can go back to my office.
Yo, welcome back.
Hey there, Yagami-san.
The gang's all here, huh?
How did things go with Hattori-san? Did you learn anything useful?
Yeah, I guess.
Let me sit down over here.
Wait, are you saying there isn't actually anything up with 89?
That's what Hattori said, yeah.
This is the first time I'm hearing about Kido not really being involved, though. It's possible Shono's hiding the truth from even him.
Maybe. But first, one term in particular stuck with me from my chat with Hattori-san.
Which is?
Human experimentation.
Go on.
Apparently, 89 is just about ready to be tested on real human subjects.
Well, that's gross. Side effects include bloating, blindness, and death, right?
Knock it off.
Sorry. What's bothering you about that, Yagami-san?
Did the dead bodies get tested?
Well, it's just... I've just been thinking... What if all these murders were secretly experimental trials for 89?
You're serious?
If Shono's the one behind all this...
What? You think this guy Shono went out, hired an assassin, and started killing people?
Guess it's a bit of a stretch, huh?
Even if these people were test cases, why would Shono have to murder them? This is a dementia drug, not some kind of chemical weapon.
No, but what if it really did have some kind of crazy side effects, though? Like, they didn't want to kill the people, but they ended up dying anyways.
It was perfectly fine when they tested it on mice, though. If it ended up killing someone, then... Wait a sec.
Yeah, wait a sec is right. We're on the same page here.
What if 89 was completely harmless to mice, but lethal when introduced into the human body?
If that was the case, they'd need to perform a ton of experiments to make sure it was fixed. Which is why they killed all those Kyorei guys.
If Shono needed to silence those Yakuza, he might have restored using to the mole.
Back it up. If they're testing a drug, wouldn't they want to use it on an actual patient? I mean, it's not like those Cure guys all had Alzheimer's or anything.
That's true.
Actually, it says here that they test new drugs on healthy humans as well. They're the control group to make sure the drug is safe.
Yeah, eventually. It wouldn't make any damn sense for him to start on anyone but real patients, though.
But
Just give it a rest. Try taking this seriously for once.
We are taking this seriously.
Says the dumbass kid who keeps spouting tinfoil hat shit about goddamn human experiments.
The only dumbass here is the guy who can't consider all the possible options.
Oh, is that right? Next you're gonna tell me they experimented on old man Waku too. Fucking idiots.
Wouldn't surprise me.
What?
That incident 3 years ago at the ADDC. The guy who died, Wakusan. Didn't he have Alzheimer's?
Hey, I think you're onto something.
Huh?
think about it, Kaito-san. Waku-san was an Alzheimer's patient at the center. We know for a fact that Okubo didn't kill him, but they never tracked the real murderer down.
What if the motivation for that murder was a human experiment for 89?
Alright, cool your fucking jets. That happened 3 years ago. 89 didn't even exist back then.
True, it was only announced last year. But all the research that went into that paper would have reached way further back.
Huh? Wait, are we really onto something?
It's hard to say for sure, but it's worth looking into at the very least.
Thanks for following. Yet Viukas. Okay. Interesting. Let me play some music.
You know, I'm starting to see things a little clearer now.
If 89's really what killed Wakusan 3 years ago, the ADDC's finished. Shit would be the scandal of the century.
I have a few more thoughts about this whole human experimentation theory. Mind if we continue?
Sure.
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, so... let's say Shono did experiment on Waku-san. Why would he do that? They normally do a lot more to ensure a drug is safe before it enters clinical trials. What was his motive for testing it then?
Let me think. Why would Shono have broken protocol and experimented in Waku?
Maybe he wanted to try his groundbreaking new drug on a real live human as soon as possible. If it worked, he'd have the cure. And he'd have it without dealing with all the red tape these things go through. It would have saved him years.
That's possible. I guess Shono was surrounded by dementia patients. One little test wouldn't be a big deal, and if it succeeded, his drug would save the world. If it meant curing Alzheimer's sooner, he might have been okay accepting the risk.
But instead of doing what it was meant to do, 89 had a horrible side effect. Death. The more I think about it, the more it feels like this is how it all went down.
It's starting to make sense.
But now, even though he knows the risks, he's still experimenting and using the mole to do it. I know this is all just a theory, but the pieces all seem to fit together.
Going down that path, Yagami-san, that means Okubo really was innocent, yeah? But he murdered his girlfriend right after. I mean, that's why he's on death row.
Quit it, Sugiura. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
So, to summarize our theory so far. It all started 3 years ago when Shono accidentally killed a patient during an AD9 test. But those tests are still ongoing. That's why Hamura had all those Kyorei guys killed.
But wait, how would a guy like Shono get wrapped up with Yakuza and assassins? Your run-of-the-mill researcher wouldn't have the cash or connections for that shit.
But what if someone close to him did?
Someone Shono knows who's got Yakuza ties? The hell could that be?
Mr. Kazami from the Health Ministry. Or Keto.
The Minister of Health.
You think an act?
I suppose, but I'm not sure he has the motive.
Who else do we have?
Someone who could get Hamura?
Ryusuke Kido, director of the ADDC.
Oh, I see what you mean. Keto would have access to ADDC funding. There's even been talk of him having ties to the Yakuza somehow, right? I think you've cracked it, Yagami-san. It had to be Keto.
I don't know if that's really true.
Why?
Think back to the '89 press conference. You remember the look on Kito's face? He was so proud, innocent even. But if he knew about all this human experiment shit, no way he'd look like that.
Kid's got a point.
Then maybe he was only told about the experiments after the conference took place. That would still make sense, right? First, Shono gets Keto to sign off on the '89 paper and publicly gives him all the credit. Thrilled about the possibilities, Keto proudly presents the research at that press conference. There's no turning back after that, even if he found out about the experiments. That's probably how Shono got Keto on his side. He then used Keto's funding and connections to bring in Hamura and the Mole. It feels like all the pieces are falling into place.
Mm-hmm. That means Kito's not actually the one in charge.
It's Shono.
Right. Shono is behind everything.
Let's say you're right. When did Shono start using this guy? When was the mole's first murder?
First time Shono actually used an assassin would have to be... ...6 months ago when Hashkiri died?
Probably Hashki's death 6 months ago.
And why do you say that?
Hashki inching closer to the truth about 89 was a serious problem for Shono. But as we know, Shono was in a taxi at the time of the beating. Meaning someone else must have been responsible for Hashki's death.
The man in the black raincoat. He's the Mole?
Yeah, only the best of the best assassins would have the skill to do what they did to Hashki.
Can't argue with that.
Who knows how close Hashki was to finding out about the human experimentation before he died.
Yeah, and if he had, that would have been the end of the line for Shono. Seems like a plausible motive to me.
So what, everything just makes sense? I don't know.
Looks like Sugiura still isn't totally on board.
If you have something to say it.
I mean, this is still just a theory, right? It all sounds almost too convenient.
What do you mean?
If Shono killed Wakusan at the ADDC 3 years ago, then Okubo, the primary suspect in the case, would be totally in the clear.
Yep. Already proved that in court, remember?
But Okubo, he killed his girlfriend right after. He stabbed her over and over. Even set the place on fire. Reeked of booze, too, even though he was supposed to be dry. Defend him all you want. But the guy's a murderer. That's why the whole thing was such a big deal. Everyone realized the court made a mistake. It took the death of an innocent girl for them to realize that Okubo probably did it after all. Yet here you are, claiming the court got it right. Claiming Okubo's innocent. But you just don't want to feel responsible for Emi Terasawa's death. That's it, isn't it?
Enough, Sugiura! You're way out of line, and you don't know shit!
No, he's right.
I know I get swept up in my emotions pretty easily sometimes. All the same, I'm trying to be fair here.
Are you?
Yes.
So if we want to treat Yagami-san's theory like it's the truth, then we'll have to figure out whether or not Okubo is innocent. If if he actually killed Wakasan.
And how are you suggesting we do that?
It's simple. We just go to Okubo and ask if he did it.
You want to talk to him face to face? Meeting with a death row inmate isn't that easy.
A lawyer like you should have no problem setting that up, right?
Kinpei Kuro's still in jail. I could meet him, but
He can't stand me, though. From day one, Okubo insisted he was innocent, that he didn't kill Emi. But I abandoned him. Told him he'd be better off just giving up.
Fine. But that's a pretty weak excuse for not going to talk to him now. If you really want to pursue this case, you don't have a choice, Yagami-san.
Well,
Hoshino-kun,
Yes?
let's go talk to Okubo. Think you can arrange that for me?
I can try. Let me get in touch with the prison.
Thanks. I'll be at Gendis if you want to find me. Looking over the old case files.
All right.
alright. Cool. Let's go there, since I have nothing else to do. Well, actually, I could go to this place. Where is it? Here. Let's talk to you.
Yagami-san!
Welcome to Beef Zone. Get ready. Haha, already as always. How's business this week, son? But to be honest, it's a little rough. A lot of customers have gone over Conroy, our main company. Conroy's pretty popular.
Hey!
I think of anything that would help us stay competitive. Not sure we can just make any areas, but I'll try. First off, what is Conroy really drawn for the first place? Let's see. It's a high-end restaurant, so it's probably more geared towards entertaining clients or fancy dates. Rather than making a big fancy menu, they stick to a small selection of only the choicest meats on the market. They don't seem to be doing anything grand and reputable as a business either. Gotcha.
So,
Does the information help at all? Yeah, let me think there. No. No. Family special. I'll make a family special. Large parties like families tend to rack up a higher bill, which equates for more profit. It's true that Conroy is a bit more on the luxury side, but it's also losing on a big demographic by leaving out families. This could be your chance to go to the market. Wow, you really know your stuff. You sure weren't a restaurant manager before? It's like I already said that. Advice really make a difference in the long run. I'll find out soon enough. Bye. It's one. I can talk to the other as well. Oh no, I don't want to go up. Let's worry about that later. Alright. Agenda law office. They're gonna be fined right in front of it. Could be. But I got lucky.